What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Blue Jays Today. It has been a while since we've done a video like this, but recently a San Diego Padres article came out with some potential trade proposals, and one of them, of course, was involving the Toronto Blue Jays. It feels like the entire offseason, the San Diego Padres and the Toronto Blue Jays have been linked or rumored to potentially be in trade conversations with one another, so I figured that I would bring it up here, let you guys know what the trade is, give my 2 cents, and then I really want to hear what you guys have to say about it. Before we get into it, I encourage you guys to hit the like and smash the subscribe button if you enjoy Toronto Blue Jays content and discussion so you don't miss any future videos. Alright folks, let's get into it. So the initial article, which was actually later broken down by Jays Journal, was written by Friars On Base, where they were exploring some trade options for their star second baseman, Ha-Seong Kim. In that article, they proposed that the Blue Jays send over Davis Schneider and then 2 top prospects in Orelvis Martinez and Alan Roden. Now that is a bit of a hefty haul that the Blue Jays would be sending over, but before we look at that, let's take a look at Ha-Seong Kim. Ha-Seong Kim is South Korean and he has been in the MLB for 3 years now, and in those 3 years, he has just been increasingly getting better and better and better. He's now 28 years old and he is really starting to come into his own. Jays Journal writes, ever since joining the Padres 3 years ago, Kim has progressively gotten better statistically with each season. In 2023, he put together his best season yet by hitting a solid 260 and a 351 on base percentage with 84 runs scored, 17 home runs, 60 RBIs, and a whopping 38 stolen bases. Moreover, he has the knack of being able to get on base frequently and make things happen, ultimately mesmerizing the opposition with both his bat and speed. And this player profile, I think, would make a lot of sense with the Toronto Blue Jays, right? Because yes, of course, they are looking for some pop right now. They want home runs, but also look at their leadoff spot right now. We still have George Springer there, and yes, I'm really hoping that George Springer bounces back in 2024, but if he doesn't, then they might be in the market for a leadoff hitter, and Ha-Seong Kim would be perfect for that. Last year, he won a Gold Glove, and if you look over at the defensive statistics, like, they are just absolutely phenomenal. All of this to say that Ha-Seong Kim last season finished with a 5.8 WAR, which, if you can believe it or not, was actually higher than any single Toronto Blue Jays player that we had on the roster last season. So if he was playing with the Toronto Blue Jays last year, then you could have made an argument that he might have been the best player on the freaking team. So that's Kim as a player, and I think that we could all agree that he would be pretty phenomenal in a Blue Jays uniform, but the contract, that's where things get a bit dicey. Kim has a 2-year deal right now, but the second year is actually a mutual option, and the option would only pay him $7 million. And if he gets anywhere close to what it was that he did last season, or maybe he even gets better than that, there is no way in hell this guy is going to settle for $7 million. So that's definitely a turn off for me, because if the Blue Jays are going to be trading away a bunch of guys for this player, like, you kind of want to have him on your team longer than just 1 season. But something that is very promising about Ha-Seong Kim is that you don't necessarily need to play him at one position. Like, this guy has second base eligibility, shortstop eligibility, and third base eligibility too. So if they brought him onto the team, they could literally do whatever they wanted with him. So we're looking at a talented player who is extremely strong defensively speaking and has a ton of versatility on the field and is just coming off of his best year yet. So the fit is absolutely there for the Toronto Blue Jays. But what about the price? Whoa, time for your daily Betway breather. A quick reminder that the best place to bet is on Betway. Must be 19 years of age or older to play. In collaboration with iGaming Ontario, please bet responsibly. Now, back to the content. Well, we all know about Davis Schneider, so I'm not going to spend too much time talking about him, but I am going to be talking a little bit about the prospects. Orelvis Martinez and Alan Roden are the Toronto Blue Jays' 2nd and 7th overall prospects, and both of them are projected to come up to the show in 2024. Alan could absolutely become a player, and I don't want to take anything away from him at all, but let's face it, folks, the big fish here would be Orelvis Martinez. As Blue Jays fans, we have heard about Orelvis Martinez for a while, and the potential for this kid is 100% a real thing. He's almost like the exact opposite of Ha-Seong Kim in the sense that he is all freaking power. Like, this kid really does have the potential to come to the MLB one day, and if he's good, hit 30 bombs year in and year out. And the Blue Jays for the last few seasons have just been giving away all of their top tier prospects, which at the time, like, I was happy about. You know, I wanted them to buy in, but at some point, I do want to see this farm system come into play. So that's the breakdown of the proposed deal, everybody. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. As far as I'm concerned, I feel like the Blue Jays are giving up just a little bit too much here. I know, Ha-Seong Kim is literally almost a 6-WAR player. Like, he could be really good, and you bring him in, right? And then your infield, it's kind of solved. Like, maybe we don't need to see IKF every day, and maybe we don't need to see Santiago Espinal, and this guy can just, like, do all of the positions, and he would be really good for the Toronto Blue Jays, but it's the 1 year, man. It is the 1 year on the contract that I keep coming back to. If he had 2 years on his deal, then I say go smash that thing, like, bring him to the Toronto Blue Jays. But with only 1 year left, I feel like I want to hold on to Orelvis Martinez. All of that being said, though, I'm still 100% interested in Ha-Seong Kim. So if the Toronto Blue Jays do want to reach out to the Padres and inquire, like, please get it done. Maybe just not that much prospect capital. But folks, let me know what you think about all this in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, go Jays go.